What's up everyone, Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the Week 12 team builder for the BBR. We are playing against Trexo and his Indianapolis Cobalions. You can see his team over on the right side of the screen. This is the regular season finale. Next week you will see week 1 of playoffs. We clinched our spot last week. And we are looking to improve on our record. We're not necessarily memeing, although we are bringing the Swirlix, kind of like, last week we brought Luxio. We're experimenting a little bit with the Swirlix now. But yeah, so we are still, this is very similar build to last week in the sense that I threw it together pretty quickly because I'm in a good position for playoffs. Trexo has eliminated from playoffs. He is 4-7 at the moment. So this match doesn't really mean a ton, but I am still going to try to win. If I win, I get the number 2 seed heading into playoffs because of Kyle A having to unfortunately drop. Otherwise, I would be getting a 3rd seed if I won this, but seeding, as I've mentioned before, not the most important thing to me. Anyways, you still want to know. If I win, I get 2nd seed, and if I lose, I think I can do no worse than 6th or 7th, something like that. Probably, I think 6th. I think I can do no worse than 6th if I lose. But, anyways. So we've got a pretty offensive team, a lot of offensive-oriented spreads. The only real defensive, all-out defensive mod on this team is the Moltres, which we'll get to last. So I think this Dragapult is a pretty creative set. So we're physical with weakness policy and reflect. So the point of this is he's got 2 dark types, being Incineroar and Drapion, and it's almost certain that at least one of them comes to the game to switch into Shadow Balls from my Dragapult. He doesn't have a normal type, well, he has an Unfezant, but he hasn't brought Unfezant all season. From looking at his stats, if he could kind of mess around in this game if he wanted to and bring an Unfezant or a Vespiquen, just because it's his last game and he hasn't brought either one to a game. It's very possible. I wouldn't put it past him. In fact, I would probably encourage it to try to bring mons that you haven't brought yet this season when the game doesn't mean much. So yeah, he could bring the normal immunity and Unfezant. That's fine. So, we're physical though, so Dragon Darts does a ton to everything on his team except for the Lele, of course, which is immune. So the idea is if he brings one of his dark types, I can set up a Reflect and take a knockoff relatively easily. The weakness policy pops and Dragapult is ridiculously, and Dragapult just goes in, basically. That is the hope. So just Dragon Darts, Phantom Force for everything. Oh, I'm actually not Light Screen. I'm running Steel Wing. I'm not running both screens. I put Steel Wing on here because I have to click Phantom Force against the Tapu Lele. I don't have a choice. So if I'm in a position where I can afford to not click a 2-turn move and KO it with something else instead, let's say he still has his Dark type around, and he still has and he switches in the Lele, baiting me to go for a Phantom Force as he switches in the Dark type, then I can just go for a Steel Wing instead, and then just be able to click Dragon Darts on the next turn for without losing anything. Yeah, so that's why we have Steel Wing, because it's a 1-turn attack that hits the Tapu Lele for super effective damage too. We are Clear Body so that we do not get our attack dropped by Incineroar's Intimidate, and we are only running enough speed to outspeed modest max speed Spectrier. I honestly believe Spectrier's matchup in this game is horrible. Between Dragapult, Diggersby being immune to Shadow Ball, and Moltres taking nothing from Spectrier's attacks, I don't think Spectrier is very good here, so I'm not going to creep it that aggressively. I just went for modest max speed because he can afford to run modest while still outspeeding my Cobalion. Next up, We had our Moltres as an agility sweeper last week, and this time we are bringing Diggersby as our agility sweeper. We have enough speed on here to outspeed a Scarfed Thunderous, a max speed Scarfed Thunderous. Psych, we're speed tying max speed Scarfed Thunderous because I like to play risky with speed ties and such when the games don't mean as much. So if he brings timid max speed Scarfed Thunderous after an agility, it will be a speed tie, and we'll just flip a coin and see if we win. But what are the odds he brings actual max speed Scarfed Thunderous anyways? So this is like, if Spectrier comes, we set up all over Spectrier. I don't give a shit if Spectrier wants to burn me because I'm bringing Facade as my normal stab. If I don't get burned, then Ice Punch is there to hit the Thunderous for a little bit harder damage. That's really the only reason that was there. I was considering Swords Dance in that spot to be a potential double dance. That way I can break through mons like Vaporeon if I really wanted to. But we're just rocking out with the Ice Punch and Agility. And then Soft Sand, because I didn't really know what item to throw on. Kind of like how I didn't know what item to throw on my Runerigus in BBL, so I put Soft Sand on there. I'm going to do the same thing for Diggersby. Let's throw on the Soft Sand. So Dragapult and Diggersby have phenomenal synergy in this game just because his two dark types that would otherwise be checking Dragapult, sort of, they both get massacred by Diggersby Earthquake, and it's also immune to Spectre Shadow Ball, so that's really, really nice. Cobalion, another offensive mon here. We are jolly with enough speed for his Thunderous, and we're running Swords Dance. I don't think I've run Swords Dance this season. I'm really I think I've brought it in more of just a support-ish role this season, but I think I need this as all-out offensive for as much damage as possible, because I can click Swords Dance in front of stuff like Drapion, which can't really touch me whatsoever. And Drapion is a threat to my Swirlix, so that's why. So I bring this in. If I'm gonna lead with my Swirlix, right? And if he leads with Drapion, then I have to switch Swirlix out because it's very likely that he will have Taunt, and I can't let my Swirlix get taunted. So I go out into Cobalion if Diggersby leads. Yes, I know, I guess I can't click Swords Dance if I switch into a Diggersby taunt, but I can at least threaten him out and have a small chance of, well, I don't have a chance to 2-hit KO max defense Vaporeon with close combat if it's literal max defense and leftovers. I don't have a chance, I don't think, but it's still going to be doing quite a bit of damage. So at least forces the Drapion out, and I can maybe bring something else back, like the Swirlix back in against the Vaporeon in that situation. Yeah, so that's Cobalion. Dual stabs plus Stone Edge because Thunderous resists our dual stabs. So the Swirlix is Focus Sash Unburden, so we have no IVs in any of our stats except for our attacking stats and speed. Because we want Focus Sash to activate, we want to get the Unburden speed boost, so we want to be taking as much damage from his attacks as possible. We get Sticky Webs up. His removal is like either of his 3 flying types, 2 of which he hasn't brought to a game this season, like the Unfezant and Vespiquen, and then the Thunderous is honestly forced to run Defog if he wants to get rid of my Sticky Webs. If I get Sticky Webs up and if I get Sticky Webs up, then the Scarf Lele is not an issue for my Dragapult, and that makes Dragapult so much better in this matchup. However, if he does manage to defog the webs away, then I'm going to be relying a lot more on my Diggersby to win the game for me, because I need the agility speed boost to be able to outspeed his Lele, and his Lele is by far the biggest threat to my team. So yeah, this is the standard like Sash Lead Webs Swirlix. We got Endeavor so that once hopefully our Unburdened procs and we can bring something down to 1 HP. We have Yawn there as a potential option to put something asleep, and that forces switches as well. And then our attacking move is Misty Explosion because that's fun. So Tentacruel, again, offensive. This is my switch into Vaporeon, as you know, assuming Swirlix is down at this point. And I can Acid Spray that thing, reduce its special defense. Like, Vaporeon can't really do much of anything to Tentacruel. Like, it doesn't do damage to Tentacruel whatsoever, like, regardless of how much I invest in bulk. So I can stay in on that thing, click Acid Spray for free, and just whittle that thing down, and then anything that he switches into an Acid Spray is going to take the Spadef drop and be very susceptible to any other attack on my Tentacruel set. I am just running Timid Max Speed so that I'm always outspeeding a Lele that's not Scarfed, and also we do even outspeed a Scarfed Lele if we have our Sticky Webs up. I didn't have to run Max Speed, but I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go Max Speed because like if he runs an aggressive creep with his speed on Thundurus, then maybe we outspeed him. Like if he's only invested to outspeed a Moltres or something, then I don't know, I just want to be running as much speed as possible to potentially outspeed that thing, because if it takes the Acid Spray Spadef drop, it's gonna die to Ice Beam. And being able to get rid of that thing is just good in general. So last but not least, the Moltres. So we're ending off with our 2 kill leaders actually. This is our Tentacruel is our second kill leader with 10 kills. Not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that Tentacruel reached double-digit kills this season. But Moltres, after its 5 kill performance last week, has vaulted itself into our kill leader position with 11 kills this season. How about that? So this is a very Spadef set. We want to bring our Dark type to be immune to psychic attacks. Excuse me. From the Tapu Lele, as well as this is the default switch into Spectrier if that mon even shows up to this match. This is also the switch into Alolan Dugtrio. I think Alolan Dugtrio does have to come to this game because that's his only fairy resist. Comfey would go in on this team if he doesn't bring Alolan Dugtrio, to be perfectly honest. I was toying around bringing a Calm Mind Comfey to this game with Grassy Terrain, so that I can override his Psychic Terrain and still have, and that way give me back my triage priority. But since I felt, you know, that wasn't the direction I was taking this team, I wanted to best support Dragapult and Diggersby and not necessarily build around Comfey. We're bringing Moltres again. This is a very similar spread to the Moltres that I brought against JB when JB had Gardevoir, you know, same typing as Tapu Lele. So we're very specially bulky to try to take hits from the Lele as best as possible, so we can switch in. Even if he clicks Moonblast, we can eat the Citrus Berry, we'll get a Berserk boost, and we could potentially get lots of damage off. If he just goes for a Psychic move, then I will U-turn. I can U-turn out into my Cobalion. You know, assuming that, like, if he's choice, then he switches out. If he's not choice, then I can U-turn out, get Cobalion in, and click Iron Hands against him. And yeah, this is the same move set that we brought against JB as well. So we're rocking out with the Memento to facilitate setup for our Cobalion potentially, or our Diggersby potentially. It's just something that I didn't get to use Memento when I brought it against JB. I think it's just good to bring some variation in our move sets and stuff like that. So yeah, that is going to be our team this week. If you're looking forward to the match going up tomorrow, we're gonna have fun with this one. Trexo wants to make it a quick one because he's got his he just ordered some food, so he wants to wrap the battle up before his food arrives. So I think we can do that with the offensive team that we brought. So, what's at stake here? For Trexto, nothing. He is out of the playoff picture altogether. But for us, if we win this, we will snag the number 2 seed going into playoffs. And if we lose, then we will be anywhere between 3rd and 6th, I believe. So, but regardless, we're in playoffs. The seeding that we get isn't really that important. I'm just happy that we're there. So, is he going to bring the Spectrier? That's the big question. I really think there's a good chance that he might not bring the Spectrier. Nope, he brought it. He brought both Dark types. He did not bring the Alolan Dugtrio. Okay. Spectrier, Lele, Thundy. Obviously brought both Dark types thinking I might be a special attacking Dragapult, but no sir. Man, if I had brought my Comfey set because he didn't bring his Dugtrio, that could have been clutched. So, Swirlix lead. That's probably pretty obvious. If I were him, I would 100% be expecting Swirlix to come out, and if he has Taunt on anything, then he should lead with the Mon that he has Taunt in his moveset. Is that proper English? Anyways, good luck and have fun to Trexo. Let's try to end the regular season on a high note. He's very flashy looking with his trainer outfit. This within his trainer card. Oh yeah, sticks out like a sore thumb. Mysterio is going to be Incineroar. Okay, so I should outspeed this unless he's got a ton of speed. So I'm not too concerned about the possibility of this having taunt. And his only defogger is going to be the Thundurus. Oh, he's faster than us. Alright. He is faster than us, just didn't click taunt, so we'll live on the Focus Sash. Hopefully he doesn't get burned. Hopefully he doesn't burn us, because then we don't get an Endeavor off. And fantastic. Okay, so he may bring Spectrier out. Which kind of makes me want to go for Yawn. Yeah, I'm going to click Yawn here, actually, because he should know what Swirlix does, right? Yeah, okay, so we catch something with a Yawn here. 3 hands is actually the... Ooh! Interesting. That's not what I expected to come out here. So... now I think I'll click Endeavor on this. Does he want to let this fall asleep? Is he going to go back and do something else? Nope, he is going to let this fall asleep. Okay. And Leech Life. So he'll be asleep at 2 HP. I don't think he knows what Swirlix does. So this is a free Swords Dance with Cobalion. So free. Or a free Agility with... No, I think Swords Dance Cobalion is the play here. He also didn't bring his Vaporeon. Interesting. Yeah, the absolute free Swords Dance. He cannot, like, if he... the freest Swords Dance in my life. I don't care what he switches into. The only thing that's not taking a drop from Sticky Webs is going to be the Thundurus, and we have Stone Edge for that. He stays in. Wow. Okay. I think I want to go to +4. because this thing's been only asleep for 1 turn. And this way I assure basically a KO on absolutely everything. He wakes up right away and goes for an Earthquake. Alright. Ouch. That's a crit. That's kind of annoying. So we have 4 attacks, maybe 5 attacks left in us. But unless he Scarfed Thunderous, yeah, that was probably a misplay. It was probably a misplay going to +4. So we have 4 attacks left in us. So we can't sweep with this, but we can do tons of damage to everything. So the Dragapult isn't going to be as effective if he brings in Incineroar for an Intimidate drop here or whatever. Yeah, this is the Thundy. Alright, so I guess we'll find out. And if he's Scarfed, that means he can't defog the webs away. At least, I mean, he won't have to be choiced into it. Stone Edge, we land, and that's a dead Thundurus. Sweet. So webs are here to stay, guaranteed. And Cobalion has 2 kills this entire season. It's about to pick up 5. I don't think there's anything he can do to prevent Cobalion from getting more kills here. He could have Sucker Punch on this. Sucker Punch. There's no way Sucker Punch kills. So I have no reason not to go for CC just to get rid of this. He doesn't go for it. Close combat. Dead. Cobalion! Wow! I didn't see Cobalion putting in this much work. Holy shit. Okay, so I have 2 attacks left before I die to Life Orb. And he has 3 Mons. So yes, he can go Incineroar and shuffle around Intimidates on me. That's probably his play at this point. But I'm gonna just attack what's in front of me. I'm not really gonna overthink this. Although, actually, I could get my Dragapult sweep off. I could get my Dragapult sweep off if he leaves this in. I kind of want to call him switching out. And even if he doesn't switch out, yeah. So even if he doesn't switch out, then even if he didn't switch out there, then I didn't kill and he killed me with Flare Blitz, then I go into Dragapult and get my Reflect up and do my weakness policy shenanigans. So yeah, Cobalion making the prediction. And down goes the Lele. This is going to be a really short video. I think I'm going to have to combine the... oh, man. I think I'm going to have to combine the Teambuilder and battle this time, because the battle is honestly shorter than the Teambuilder at this point. That's amazing. That is amazing. There's literally nothing you can do at this point. I die to this next turn of Life Orb, so I get 1 more kill. Unless he, if he pivots out Spectrier now, then he'd be immune to close combat. He could bait me to go for Iron Head and switch in Incineroar to keep Mons around, but there's absolutely nothing. Cobalion just went ham. If he didn't crit me with Drapion Earthquake, Cobalion got all 6 kills. Because I would have had enough HP to get the Life Orb off. So I do want... well, that... I don't not Infiltrator. So if he's sub-Spectre for whatever reason, then it's probably not the best play in the world. Let's give the last kill to our Diggersby. Really doesn't matter what we go into. We probably kill the Spectre at this point with anything on our team. Question is, do we have enough speed to outspeed this even after a speed drop? Yep, we do, and I don't think this is an OCO, but it's going to be pretty darn close. Never mind, it's an OCO! Let's go, Diggersby! That's a 4-0 win for the Gligars, and we are going to finish second place in the BBR this season with a 9-3 plus 24 record. Good game to Trexo. Yeah, that was a game. That was a game. It certainly was a quick one, like Trexo was hoping for. It's not going to be. His food won't be getting cold while he. That's for sure. Yeah, Swirlix put in the absolute finest of work. Cobalion landing the Stone Edge against the Thunderous was super clutch as well. Just in case he did have defog to get rid of sticky webs. Yeah, totally was not expecting Cobalion to be the one that put in the most work there, but I'm happy to see it do so because it hasn't had the greatest run this season. It's gonna 7 kills for the season now is gonna be a much more respectable number to look at. So I'm very happy with that. So yeah, what else is there really to say about this game? GG to Trexo once again. It was fun. If you enjoyed this one, then make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content, and we'll be back next week for round 1 of playoffs.